Welcome to BomiChess. Today we have another game from 19th century, and this one was played in 1825, so it's 200 years ago. It was a game between William Evans and Alexander McDonnell. And William Evans, famous Captain William Evans, was born in 1790 in Wales. And when he was only 14 years old, he went to Navy, and he was working as a sailor. And he was working then until 1815, until Napoleon Wars ended. And he became captain in 1819. And he started playing chess only when he was 28 years old, so in 1818. And very soon he became a very strong player. And in 1825, he was in London, and then he met Alexander McDonnell, who was Irish chess player, who was a very good chess master, and they agreed to have a match. And McDonnell was famous for playing French chess player Bourdonnais. He was the strongest player in the world back then, probably, Bourdonnais. And McDonnell lost that match, but he still put a very good fight, so he was a very good player. And in 1825 in London, Evans and McDonnell had this match, and this game is from that match. So let's see how did the game go. Okay, so Evans was white and McDonnell was black. Evans opened with e4, we have e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to c4, bishop to c5, so it's Italian game. And now we have this kingside castling, and here McDonnell played d6. And here, what else would Evans play but Evans Gambit? So this Gambit is named after him. He started playing it around these years. So this was one of the first occasions that we have that Evans played this Gambit in a match. And this Gambit went on to become famous. A lot of the best players in the world in the 19th century played this Gambit. In 20th century it wasn't so popular, and these days barely who played it at the top level, but you can still see some games with this Gambit. So okay, he played it b4, McDonnell took with the bishop, we had c3, attacking the bishop, and now also preparing this d4 pawn in the center. So bishop to a5, and now we have d4. So okay, here black pinned this knight to the queen. So queen get out for the pin, and it went to b3. So now creating this battery on this f7 pawn. So black would need to protect it somehow, and he brought his queen to d7 to protect this pawn. Here knight goes to d5 to g5, and now white is attacking 3 times this pawn. So black still need to defend this pawn, to protect it, and he played this knight to d8. And now this is very passive way of play. This knight was already developed to c6. Now it's not the best way to move it back. Better would be to go with this knight to h6 to defend this pawn. But okay, he decided to go to d8 with a knight in order to protect his pawn. And here white opened up the center. This black king is still stuck here. Now we see that this move would be better, because now he's preparing the kingside castling. But it's still stuck here, so white wants to open up the center and start attacking the king. So okay, black took on e5, and now we have this bishop to a3. This bishop is good on this diagonal, but there was much better move here. Here white should have gone for this pawn right away. He could take it with a knight. If black recaptures, it seems like black can have the edge here, but it's not the case. Here we don't take the queen, but we have, for example, this check. We're giving check to the king, and we are attacking this bishop, who is not protected here. It's hanging. But even better move would be to right away take this pawn on b7. And now attacking this rook in the corner. If the rook moves, now we give the check to the king. And now after this, we can simply pick up the bishop. And we are attacking this pawn, so this is a much better situation for white. White is in a great position here. But okay, they didn't go for this. He instead developed his bishop to a3. So okay, we have this move. And after this, black decided to bring out his knight to h6, and now he is maybe preparing to go for kingside castling. So here white attacked the bishop on g4, he played f3, and here, since this square is weakened, now this bishop is moving out of the danger and is attacking the white's king at the same time. So okay, we have check, bishop to b6 check. Now this king went to h1, and here white's light square bishop went to h5, which is bad move. Much better would be to play it to e6. And now you're still defending this pawn, and you're also protecting your king. If sometimes white takes the pawn, it's not the check right away. If we attack the black's queen, it can move here and protect the bishop still. So this would be a much better move, but black played bishop to h5. And now white saw that he has good potential here to develop his pieces and attack black's pieces and his king as well, and he played rook to d1 instantly. So he's attacking now black's queen, and he's also taking this beautiful d file. So okay, queen moves to c8, and now white sees that he has a good combination here. So he sacrificed the rook for a knight. He took the knight, and this is check, so black needed to do something about it, and black took this rook here. And now white did it because he saw this tactics. He took the pawn on f7. And even if it seems that we can defend that pawn, let's see what happens if we take it. If we take this knight, now we have this simple bishop here, check. And now this diagonal is protected, so king cannot move anywhere. We need to defend it somehow. If we defend with the queen, we can simply take the queen. This is not good for black, of course. But if you try to play this pawn to c6, now we have this queen to e6 check. And now what to do? The only defense is queen to e7, and now this bishop is guarding that square, so we are simply going to take it, and this is checkmate. So when white took the pawn on f7, this pawn is we cannot do anything about it. We need to go on with it. And here this knight is forking the queen and the rook, and black must move the queen. And black moved the queen, but he moved it to very wrong square. He moved it to h4. And now his threat is actually this e1. So if white don't do anything about it, white is going to get checkmated. If queen goes to e1, now we can only defend the bishop to f1, and after takes, this is checkmate. But white is not going to do that. White simply played queen to b5, check. And now this king has no squares to go. All of these squares are protected and attacked by white pieces. So the only defense is pawn to c6. And after this, white has checkmate in 3 moves. So if you want to try to find it, now is the time to pause the video and try to find it. Good luck. So okay, I hope that you were able to find this checkmate in 3 moves. And the first move is queen takes pawn on e5, check. And now this king has no other squares than this d7. So king to d7, and now queen to e6, check. Now this bishop is protecting the queen. So the only square that this king can go to is actually this c7. And after king to c7, now we have this beautiful checkmate, bishop to c7, checkmate. Sorry, bishop to d6, checkmate. So this was the game between Evans and McDonnell. They went on to play many more games during their career, and I'm sure that we are going to cover some of them as well. So I hope that you liked today's game, that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you were able to find this checkmating pattern, and I'll see you in the next game. Bye!